Hi everybody, it's Julie. Today I'm stamping on acetate or Essentials by Ellen crystal clear plastic. And I thought this card turned out so lovely. It took me 3 tries, so I'll be saving you the agony. So I'm going to start by loading a quarter sheet of that crystal clear plastic into my Misty platform, and this is the standard size. And then I'm going to mount that starry background from the Starry Skies set onto the lid there. And I'm just going to start inking up with some StazOn Cloud White. It's an opaque ink that is perfect for slick surfaces. It does take a little bit to dry, but it's a solvent-based ink, so to get it off your stamps, you may need to use Ultra Clean to clean it completely off your stamps. But on my original project, I created a fairly sparse snowfall that showed up, but I wanted to experiment when I recreated it with more of a dense. So I'm going to be moving that plastic around and stamping on it repeatedly and shifting it a little bit just to get a denser snowfall. And I love using the Misty for stamping on plastic because it anchors that plastic down. I don't have to worry about slipping or anything. So this has just kind of been the best thing ever for stamping on clear plastic surfaces and using that StazOn Cloud White opaque ink. See how dense my snowfall is on this one? Yeah, it's going to be cool. Now to create the frame, I just grabbed dies that I had. You don't have to use these, but I had these waves dies, and I figured out when I, turned them upside down instead of waves, it looked like, kind of clouds or foliage at the top of the trees that were covered, with snow. And then I used the planet surface die to create the scoop of snow. I just took the leftover panel after I'd cut it away and created that. And now I'm going to grab the birch trees, and I cut 2 panels from the same smooth Bristol paper that I've been working with all along and just trim the trees right out of that. Now I'll save that for a future project, but now I've got 2 sets of trees that I can use to make my foreground here for the card. So to assemble it all, I'm just going to lay down some 1/4 inch wide score tape there, and then I'll get my trees positioned exactly where I want, and I'll peel back the liner. You could use washi tape also to anchor those trees in place if they're, slipping around on you, but this worked for me. And then I peeled back the liner partially so I could get them anchored down really well and then remove the rest of the liner. I was afraid that if I left that center area exposed, it would glue down completely to the interior of the card. And I didn't want that to happen. So now I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same thing with that score tape and add the acetate panel with the snowfall, and then come along and add that bottom, scoop of snow, kind of that landscape effect. And I used an acrylic block to hold that card shut because it was going to slide around on me all over the place, and I needed the weight to keep the top down. So now, to give some contrast, you can really see the snow, I'm going to add this panel inside that I did some brayer work with a couple of Catherine Pooler water-based dye inks. And then I've got my little skater who's already been stamped and die cut out and colored. And here I just wanted to show you a comparison between the 2 cards where the one didn't go quite as dense with the snow using that Starry Skies background, and then the other one I thought was really fun too. So either way, however you like it, it's really easy to stamp on plastic with that StazOn ink if you got a Misty. Alrighty, thanks for watching.